we've already done the first of its kind full reservation through an AI agent. I'd say that's an industry first.
Hello, I'm John Generone, Editor-in-Chief of IPO Edge. Very happy to be back here at Nasdaq Market Site with Tim Hentschel, who is co-founder and co-CEO of HotelPlanner. Tim, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, John.
So Tim, you're an unusual guest because you almost went public. Tell us about how this company was started and the path towards that potential debut.
Yeah, so almost went public right here on Nasdaq. It was an exciting time in the company. We caught that SPAC fever right around the end of COVID, around November of 2020. And luckily, we're a unique company. We were profitable by our second year of operation. We don't have any outside funding. We're 100% employee owned, and we've always been profitable. So as the SPAC market started to take a dip, we dipped out of it and basically just, paid for all of that paperwork we had to do out of our profits, and then decided to stay private for now. And it was a good decision because we've grown 100% year over year for the last 4 years. We made Inc. 5000's fastest growing private companies 2 years in a row. We're in the top 1,000 as of last year for fastest growing private companies. We expect to make it again for a third year given our growth. And so, we can pick our time, and the market was just taking the bad turn, and market timing's everything. So we're going to look at it again when the time's right.
Well, 2020 hindsight, Tim, I think you did the right thing, having seen a lot of these not work out so well. Now, let's talk about growth. So you're doing hundreds of millions in net revenue, doubling every year. What's driving that?
So we've always been a technology company. I wrote a patent in group hotel bookings, which was basically what we started in. HotelPlanner is like meeting planner, event planner, wedding planner, but at hotels, so HotelPlanner. So we were the first to do group hotel bookings and automate it, and that's what the patent's at. Co-founder with a technologist called John Prince, who is top of his class in computer science from Northeastern, and senior software engineer for IBM before he started with HotelPlanner. All of our engineering is done in-house, handpicked the best engineers from around the world. And right now, our big project is AI. So if you go to hotelplanner.ai, you can see the first of its kind, fully automated AI-powered agents. They're live right now on our call center system, because we also invented the first of its kind gig-powered call center. Our AI is programmed on 8 million recorded calls that were highly rated by our gig agents, and that's what we programmed our personalities on our call center AI agents, which speak 27 different languages, and they're available around the clock, 24/7, 365. And so it's a game changer. They're taking thousands and thousands of calls right now, and soon that's going to be in the hundreds of thousands of calls as we ramp up. And we've already done the first of its kind full reservation through an AI agent. I'd say that's an industry first. So what really separates us is we're a technology company, and we specialize in high touch and high tech solutions for high touch problems in the travel space. And that's why a lot of people don't know this, but our real name is Lexel Travel Technologies. Our HotelPlanner is our direct to consumer brand. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're a technology platform.
Gotcha. Now, Tim, if my viewers here, if you go to the website, the first thing I noticed was you've got basically every hotel in every city. Now, Tim, you told me that's not that special. There are a lot of guys who have that, but you have more. Tell me what else differentiates you. You talked about the AI. What else makes you different from the other guys?
Well, AI has been in our DNA for quite a while, and it does help us push the best supply. So when we have over 1 million hotel options out there and accommodation options, it's pulled from a number of different sources. And the way that our AI works is by looking at what the consumer wants and how they've searched the sites and what information we have about our customer. Our system can serve up the best accommodation options, and that's why our conversion is so high. And we actually specialize, because we have a gig-powered call center, we want to get our customers on the phone, create a personal relationship with them. And then once we do that, we have a 30% conversion once we get over the phone, because with that added extra touch of the AI agent or the gig agent that also has access to AI search tools while they're on a live call, we could really customize the stay for the individual. So it's very different than what else is out there in the market, and I think it shows in our numbers and our growth.
You know, I like that, Tim. So, I mean, I think all of us have experienced frustration with, AI and trying to talk to a computer. But what you're saying is that if you really need a human being,
you won't know that you're
it.
talking to an AI.
Oh, you
when
won't
you're
even
talking
know.
to it. You will not know. That's the whole point. We need to make it better than a human, because in what we're doing right now, it competes against humans, and it will only get better every day because it's learning from our human agents. So we really have the first human-robot hybrid, and they are right now competing against each other. And we grade every call, and so when the AI is getting higher grades, it's getting higher quality calls. So it's constantly moving above and getting smarter and better. This is why it's such a game changer, because if you're on the forefront of AI right now, you're creating a moat, because all of this machine learning right now is making it better and better and better. Anybody who starts after this is going to have to catch up to where we are now.
Nice. I'm going to pivot for a second. Let's talk about social responsibility. So I live in Florida. Your company's actually based there, though you don't live there, Tim. Hurricanes have been hitting us. Tell us what you guys do to pitch in.
Yeah, so we developed technology a while ago that actually works on SMS, old text technology, so that we can get messages out when infrastructure is down. So then our team makes sure that we get first responders into whatever properties still have rooms. If not enough properties have rooms, first responders in there to make the hotel occupiable again. And then from there, once we have the first responders where they need, we try to increase the accommodation reach to start to help victims find rooms. And so, yes, I mean, being a Florida-based company, we've been doing this for years, and we get better at it all the time, and it's one of the things that we like to do, as also, helping out in the community.
Well, glad to hear it from my fellow Floridians. Tim, let's talk numbers for a second. So what are you thinking next year in terms of revenue? And I'm going to double this up. What's driving that? Is it purely organic, or could M&A be part of the story?
No, M&A has always been part of the story. Being a profitable company with positive cash flows and no debt and great cash in reserves, we're always looking to buy great entrepreneur-led companies like ourselves, and we've made some great acquisitions over the last few years. We bought Clavertis, we bought Lucid Travel, we bought Event Squid, and we've bought a number of other companies that has helped our company grow. And we look for these founder-led companies because if they have the same ethos as us, then we know they'll drive us to grow faster as we drive them to grow faster. And so think of us, because we're 100% employee owned, think of us like a co-op of entrepreneurs. Because I've always felt that as a Cornell graduate from the hotel school, that you could only be as good as your best people. And so just getting the best people out there is almost more important than what their numbers are. But although I have to say, if a company has a huge burn rate, if they don't have good organic growth, that says something about, the current ownership. So they have to have great personalities, but the numbers should reflect that too. And so then we will acquire that company, and it obviously helps us grow. So that's one aspect of it. But yes, the growth's impressive. We'll do 1.5 billion in GBV this year, 220 million in net revenues, and we're forecasted to do 400 million in net revenues next year. But if we blow that out of the water and we get closer to around 600 million, we'll probably start filing our IPO paperwork at that point. Looking at probably 50-60% growth the next year, it'll get us close to $1 billion in net revenues by 2026, and so that'll be the perfect time to IPO. We've always had a 10% EBITDA margin, so it's a great little business.
That's what I like, breaking some news here on IPO Edge. Tim, lessons from the process. You're not going to do a SPAC again, right? This is going to be a regular way IPO when the time comes?
Yeah, no, absolutely. The SPAC has some advantages. We did it right. I mean, we did a three-way merger because we wanted to acquire when we did it, because otherwise, if you're not acquiring a company, then it's just a reverse merger, which is not that interesting or exciting. But you know, we know the history behind that, and so we took that money that we were going to spend for the acquisition on that SPAC, and since it didn't go through, we spent that on other acquisitions, and we continue to look for more. So we got the same growth curve that we were forecasting in our original IPO paperwork. So it all worked out. It just, you know, the only difference is not being publicly traded, which, you know, probably saves us some money on overhead and allowed us to grow a little bit faster. And if we look at the next step, you know, we probably might even look at a dual listing, because maybe being based in London and our growth in Europe getting bigger and bigger all the time, we might as well take advantage of our brand awareness in the European market and the UK market too. So a dual listing, you know, out here in New York and London, I don't think it gets any better than that. So that'll be an exciting time for us.
Well, you beat me to the punch there, Tim. The last question I was going to ask was about scalability. So I booked on HotelPlanner for my trip here to New York from Florida.
We need more customers like you.
And I was, as I mentioned earlier, I was delighted at the array of options, although it's a pretty busy week here. How scalable are you internationally? You just talked about Europe, but are you in Asia, South America also?
Yeah, so we have offices in Amsterdam, Paris, London, Singapore. And we have, you know, great employees all around the world. And so our international growth is growing faster than our domestic growth right now. And now with the AI, like I said, 27 different languages, 24/7, 365, the growth is unlimited in the international market for us. The biggest hurdle that we had, because 30% of our reservations are done over voice, we needed more scalability in different languages for uptime around all time zones, and AI gets us there. So hence the fact we have another big, you know, double-digit growth year over year of organic growth with this new technology. That's what it is, because obviously, you know, doubling gets harder every year as the number gets bigger and bigger. So you need to have a big breakthrough like AI-powered agents. Fully automated AI-powered agents that can take a reservation from start to finish, completely to forecast that kind of growth at these kind of numbers.
Well, so far so good, Tim. You're doing great. I think we're going to wrap it up there. Tim Hentschel, this is co-CEO, co-founder of HotelPlanner. I'm John Janarone, editor-in-chief of IPO Edge, signing off from Nasdaq Market Site.